this video, I'm going to be talking about the basics of creating new products for the online stores. To start out with, there's going to be some information that the salespeople are going to have to fill out, and that can be found here in Google Drive in the folder Online Stores. If it doesn't come up for you in your Drive period, it could be under Shared with Me, or you can always search in my Drive for Online Stores, and that will bring up the folder. Open up Online Stores, and the first thing we're going to need to talk about is how our internal part numbers work. That document can be found here in the main folder called How Internal Part Numbers Work. I already have it open. How our internal part numbers work is the first three characters denote which store an item belongs to. If we were going to create a new store, we would just come up with a unique identifier for it. So if we were going to have a store for, say, Kendall Jackson Winery, we would probably call it KJW, or something like that. The second set of characters tells you what sort of item or garment we're dealing with. So TS is a t-shirt, PD, polos and dress shirts, JV, jackets and vests, and all the way down. So far there's 10 of these. We haven't needed more, but they can always be created if we end up selling an item that doesn't fit under any of these other topics. Other garments, I'll mention this one for the moment. At the moment, that's just shoes. But, it could be other things if we need it to be. The last part of the part number is just a sequence number. They start at 001 and they go on down. Let me give you an example of this. We're going to go back here, and today we're going to be working on the Constellation Modelo Oro store. This store has actually already closed, that's why I'm editing it, but we would go into the folder Constellation Modelo Oro. If you are creating a brand new store, you would need to create a brand new folder with the customer's name here, and then drag a copy of this template, the template product spreadsheet, into that folder for the salesperson to fill out. And you would also want a blank copy of this, the online store's part number, which you can just make a copy, move it into the folder, and then delete what's in there, everything but the headers. So, we'll see what's in Constellation Modelo Oro. In this case, we have the spreadsheet that the salesperson fills out, and we also have the spreadsheet that we use to keep track of the internal part numbers. So I'm going to open up this sheet, and I actually already have it open over here. So this is what the salesperson fills out. Art uses this spreadsheet as well. It's set up so that the salesperson fills out this front spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet splits up the data so that Art gets the information where they need it, and we can just use what's on the front page to create new products. A couple of basic things. There's a decoration type. It's just these 4 items: embroidery, screen print, vinyl, or promo item. Most things are going to be embroidery, screen print. There will be some promo items, but the salesperson chooses that. They decide what they want it to, what part of the website they're going to want it to show under. So, this is showing up as apparel women's, and that category will come back later when we go into the website. And then they give the basic name. This is usually the manufacturer's name. We'll give it a more custom name later, but the manufacturer's name, the manufacturer's part number, if there is one, there isn't always. What colors we're going to be adding, and then these next few boxes for decoration are for purposes of art. We come back over at item links. We'll need to link to the items to usually get the description, which is often here, but sometimes there might be more details we need to look up. we might need to know, for instance, if the garment size is there an upcharge for, say, the XXX. Sometimes it says over here, sometimes it doesn't, but we need to check with sometimes. So then we move over here to store price, and this is what we will be selling it for. We can also see if Art has saved the pictures that we'll use on the website. So that's the basic overview of this this spreadsheet. There's also the spreadsheet that I use to keep track of our internal part numbers and the information that we need for Inksoft. And this is primarily to avoid cluttering up the salespeople's spreadsheet even more. So here's an example of that part number that I was telling you about. So we have CMO, which stands for Constellation Modelo Oro. So that tells us the customer. TS tells us it's a t-shirt, and the 001 just means it's the first t-shirt that got created for Modelo Oro. This will be the second, and this the third. So I've copied over the basic information here, and this is what we are going to need for Inksoft. So today, what we're going to do is we are going to create this women's polo. It actually already exists, but we're going to create it as a new individual part number, and then we'll go ahead and delete it so that we don't cause any confusion. Copy over some of this information. So the name of the product, we're going to come down here. So this is a polo. I just know that the LOG 101 is a polo, and it also says it right there. We're also going to come down here and create some new spaces to add a new product. And we'll put the description here. Now in this case, we're going to have to keep in mind this name is being used. That's not a problem for Shopworks, it's a problem for Inksoft. So we're going to have to change this name somehow. And we'll, in this case, I'll just call it Gold Logo to differentiate it from the one above. So it's going to be the same part number. We can just copy that down. And it's going to be the same color. So now we're going to type in our new part number. In this case, it's going to be the 4th polo created for this store. And we're going to have the same sizing options as the one above. The reason I type this into the spreadsheet this way is that Inksoft and Shopworks must match exactly. Absolutely exactly. If I were to type that, just a lowercase x, into, say, Inksoft, but not into Shopworks, that will break the product. It will make this not work correctly. They have to be exact. So what I'm doing is I'm creating the default. This number will be copy and pasted directly into Inksoft and Shopworks to guarantee that my characters are exactly the same and there are no typing errors when I create these new products. So now that I've got this started, we can go into Inksoft. Okay, so in Inksoft, we're going to scroll down and we're going to find the store, Modelo Oro Swag. And we're going to go to Store Admin. This is where we can edit any pre-existing products. If a weird thing about Inksoft, we don't want to hit Create New or Add Existing. Create New will take us to their design studio, which forces us to redo everything the art department has already done. We can't just upload a finished picture to it. It forces you to add the logo yourself, it's a big mess. It does not work well. Add existing as if the product already exists, it doesn't. So we're going to instead open the dashboard over here with the 3 lines, and we're going to go down to products. Under products, we're going to click on add new product, new pre-decorated product. And we're going to upload from computer. This is the design studio. Again, it's a complete waste of time. So we'll do it this way. Once it's open, we're going to come in here and we're going to get the product's name. Let me bring that over here. Product name. So this is what the customer is going to see as the name. We're then going to choose who the supplier is. This is OGO, so Sanmar is who sells it. So we're going to choose our supplier as Sanmar and our manufacturer as OGO. There's only one size chart here, so we're going to choose the OGO size chart. And now we're going to do our SKU numbers. So we're going to use our internal part number and the manufacturer part number. A note about the part numbers. This part number must be unique. It absolutely has to be unique. If you tried to put LOG 101 in there, you could, but the second you tried to use this part number again, it would not allow it. You would have to change the system. That's one of the reasons we use the internal part numbers. It's because Inksoft demands an individual part number. It also helps out later when we get to inventory, but for the moment, just know that this needs to be the manufacturer part number, and this must be our internal part number. Now we need the product description. We're going to go back to that sheet that the salesperson fills out, and we're going to scroll over to item description, and we're just going to copy and paste that right into here. I like to add a period, make it a complete sentence. We're going to hit save. All right, so now that we're in here, we have a whole bunch of things to change. First thing to do is going to be changing the sizes. So this one goes from, let me double check here, but I think X small to 3X. All right. Okay. All right, so go ahead and choose your sizes. And now we're going to have to add the weight. This is the actual weight of the product that we need to, that it uses to calculate for shipping. So we need this to be pretty accurate. In this particular case, I know this polo is 8 ounces. Or I should say the heaviest version of this polo is 8 ounces. So we're going to use the weight for the heaviest version. We're then going to come down here, and we need this status to be active. We want this product to show up live on the store as soon as we save it. Now we need to tell it what store we're going to add it to. So we're going to add it to Modelo Oro. And this is where the categories come in. The salesperson said that this is going to be under the category Apparel Women. So we're going to check that. We're going to make sure pre-decorated is checked. In many stores, we add the days to produce. This store is a pop-up store, so we're not going to add that, but that's something that usually gets filled in, and typically it's 10. It's usually 10 days to produce. We can also add customization here if we wanted people to be able to say put their name on the chest of the garment. That's not what we're doing for this product, though. We're going to go back up. We can make available more pictures, the product pictures. In this case, we're only going to show a front view of the picture, but we could do more. Next, we're going to come over to colors and images. We're going to type in that this is going to be a navy product, and then we're going to find the picture of it. In this case, I'm working remotely. I don't have direct access to the customer list. I have to go through it, get to it a much different way, so I've already got this image saved to my desktop. All right, so we've got the picture here now. Now, if you haven't already installed this on your computer, you are going to want to get this app. It's called, or this add-on for Chrome. It's called Color Picker. It's free. It's fantastic. And we're going to want to choose Pick Color from Page. So as you can see, as I mouse over different pictures, the box up top in the middle changes color as it mouses over the different colors on the page. I'm going to go over the garment, wait till it changes to that navy color, and click it. So it's saved to the clipboard. Now I can just hit Control V. That's pretty dark on my computer. It's hard to see that that's navy, not, say, a dark black. So I'm going to lighten that up just a bit. I still want it to show that it's a very, very dark blue, but it will now look a little easier to see. If we needed to add new colors, we could do that here. If this came in, say, a few other colors, it doesn't, so we're okay there. And now, pricing. It's going to give you an error immediately. It's just the way it does it. It's a little bit annoying. We're going to go back to the Constellation page, and we're going to see that this costs $35.61. So we're going to come back here to fixed price, $35.61. Now, there's going to be a cost override because, if you noticed, it goes up for 2x and 3x. So we're going to come down here to 2x, and we're just going to add $2 to it. So $37.61, and then it adds another $1 for 3x, so we will do then $38.61. You can see it changes the override price here, so that covers our costs. And now this product is created in Inksoft. We are going to hit Save. Inksoft is very slow sometimes. All right, now that we know it's saved, we can create the same product in Shopworks and make sure that's going to work correctly. All right, we're going to come over to the Products tab, and we are going to add a new product. Okay, so we're going to go back to that spreadsheet where I said we collected the part numbers, or not collected, wrote out the part numbers so that we would just be copying and pasting them directly. So we're going to copy and paste the part numbers directly, and just to make sure that Inksoft and Shopworks match exactly. We don't want them being different. It's just going to cause problems. So we're going to copy and paste those two directly in. We can skip the rest of this. We're not going to need any of that. We're going to come down here, and we're just doing the regular sizes right now. So we're going to turn off XX and other. Product class, we're going to come down. This is a preprint product. It's for the Modelo Oro store, and it is a polo and dress shirt. These make the products easily searchable. It makes it much easier for the salespeople to find, say, all the polos and dress shirts for the Modelo store with just a couple quick choices. We are now going to add a link, and this is going to be where we link the manufacturer's part number to our internal part number. So I'm going to look up LOG 101, and we're doing the regular sizes, so I'm going to ignore all those for the moment, and I'm going to hit pick on LOG 101. Come up here and click continue. And now in these boxes, I'm going to type a 1 in each of the white boxes. I don't recall exactly what that does, but I know if you don't do it, it doesn't work. If you ever have questions about this, you can ask Roy Marks at Shopworks. He'll be able to explain it to you. Next thing we're going to do is come over here to colors, specify individual colors. These two drop downs are static. This one has a hidden scroll bar. So we're going to go down to navy and add that. You could also do a quick search for it here. So navy is the only color this comes in, so that's all we're going to do. And now we need to create this as an inventory product as well. So we're going to click navy and click add. We need to make sure these boxes pop up. And if there's multiple colors, we're going to make sure that all the colors that we need added to inventory are here. This is important so that later this product will act correctly when it interacts with the preprint sales and preprint production orders and the inventory tab. So that's it for that. This product is now created in Shopworks. That's all we have to do. But now we have to create the other sizes. So pretty easy. We're going to hit clone. Yes, we want to clone this product. We're going to go over and copy our next size down. In this case, extra small. And again, I'm copying and pasting it because I want this to match exactly. I don't want to accidentally not capitalize one of these, put in a space, do a hyphen instead, and have the whole system not work. Chances are you won't catch that error for a long time, and it definitely will not be until it causes a problem on a customer order. So again, I'm copying and pasting that. We're only changing the size, so we're going to come down here, change the sizes to other. Extra small is an other. We've already done this, but now we need to change our numbers here in the boxes that have, some of the boxes have changed to blue and a different one has changed to white. Gotta make sure the ones change over here. Oop. And if you see that happen, that's because I haven't changed the part number here. I'm trying to do this on the regular size one. I need to actually remove this part number and add a new link to the extra small size. And now I can add that in. Color should already be there, but we need to create a new inventory record. So we click this again, click create. We've now created the inventory record for this item. So extra small is done. We're going to do this again. Now we're going to do the 2x. I'm going to go back over to my spreadsheet, copy out our internal part number exactly, copy it over, change this to double XL. I'm going to get rid of this now and add a new link to the 2x size. Add the 2x number. Again, color should already be there. So we're going to go to inventory and create the inventory record. And now the last one, we're going to clone one more time and create the triple XL size. Triple XL is an other. Delete that link. Add that back. Okay, now to double check ourselves and make sure that we haven't accidentally missed creating an inventory record, this becomes an issue when you're creating a lot of products all at once or a whole bunch of different colors. It's easy to just, let's say this product had 7 colors. It could be very easy to only select 6 of them. We're going to go into inventory, current levels, find, and we're going to type in this part number, just the basics of it, and look it up. So we should have 4 part numbers. We should have the regular sizes, extra small, 2x, and 3x, which we do. So, and we only have the one color option, so we did that correctly. And that's it for creating the products in Shopworks.